शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ श्री गुरवे श्री सत्यसाईनाथ श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ॐ श्री परमगुरवे श्री शिरडी साईनाथ श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ॐ श्री परमेष्टि गुरवे श्री दत्तात्रेय स्वामी श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। सद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। हरिः ॐ। घण्टाशूलहलानि शङ्खमुसले चक्रं धनुस्सायकम् हस्ताब्जैर्दधतीं घनान्तविलसत् क्षीतांशुतुल्यप्रभां गौरीदेहसमुद्भवां त्रिजगतामाधारभूतां महापूर्वामत्र सरस्वतीमनुभजे शुम्भादिदैत्यार्दिनीम्। ॐ नमश्चण्डिकायै। ॐ क्लीं ऋषिरुवाच पुरा शुम्भनिशुम्भाभ्यामसुराभ्यां शचीपतेः त्रैलोक्यं यज्ञभागाश्च हृता मदबलाश्रयात् तावेव सूर्यतां तद्वदधिकारं तथैन्दवं कौबेरमथयां यञ्च चक्राते वरुणस्य च तावेव पवनर्धिं च चक्रतुर्वह्नि कर्म च ततो देवा विनिर्धूता भ्रष्टराज्याः पराजिताः हृताधिकारास्त्रिदशास्ताभ्यां सर्वे निराकृताः महासुराभ्यां तां देवीं संस्मर्य त्यपराजिताम् तयास्माकं वरो दत्तो यथापत्सुत्स्मृताखिलाः भवतान्नाशयिष्यामि तत्क्षणात् परमापदः इति कृत्वा मतिं देवा हिमवन्तन्नगेश्वरं जग्मुस्तत्र ततो देव्यौ विष्णुमायां प्रतुष्टुवुः देवा ऊचुः नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं नमः। नमः प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नियताः प्रणतास्मतां रौद्रायै नमो नित्यायै गौर्यै धात्र्यै नमो नमः। ज्योत्स्नायै चेन्दुरूपिण्यै सुखायै सततं नमः। कल्याण्यै प्रणतामृध्यै सिद्ध्यै कूर्म्यै नमो नमः। नैऋत्यै भूभृताल्लक्ष्म्यै शर्वाण्यै ते नमो नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. We are in the fifth chapter of Devi Mahatyam, which is known as Uttama Charitram, and this Uttama Charitram begins with Indra and all the Devas being defeated by the Shumbha and Nishumbha, the demons, and deprived of the sovereignty of the three worlds and the portions of the sacrifices taken away by Shumbha and Nishumbha by their pride and their strength. Likewise, for all the portfolios of Surya, Chandra, Kubera, Yama, Varuna, Vayu, Agni, deprived of all their lordships and sovereignties, expelled by the two asuras. The gods then remembered about the invincible Devi, Samsmaryantya Parajitam, Aparajita. And then they remembered that she granted the boon that whenever during calamities that you think of me, that very moment I will put an end to all your troubles. Resolving thus, all these devas went to Himavad, the lord of all the mountains, where they extolled the Devi, the Vishnu Maya, the elusive power of Mahavishnu. And this is the third stuti or the hymn known as Aparajita Stuti, also known as Tantrika Devi Suktam, not the Rigvediya Devi Suktam, this is Tantric Devi Suktam. And in this, when they begin this, they start with this Namo Devyai, Mahadevyai. And yesterday we went through the meaning of the first four salutations, slokas that complete about 11 salutations to the mother, wherein they're saluting to the Devi, the Mahadevi, Shiva, Prakriti, Bhadra, Raudri, Nitya, Gauri, Dhatri, Jyotsna, Indurupini, Sukha, Kalyani, Vriddhi, Siddhi, Kurmi, Nirriti, Lakshmi, Sharvani. And the meanings of all these, in very simple essence, we are looking at the mother carrying out all the different aspects of evolving, resolving, dissolving, sustaining, redacting, reinforcing, remanifesting, all these aspects about the name of the mother associated with that function are being extolled. So the next one is a very important, beautiful one. Durgayai, Durga Parayai, Sarayai, Sarvakarinyai, Khyatiyai, Tatha Eva Krishnayai, Dhumrayai, Satatannamaha. Satatannamaha. We are constantly aware and we adore to this mother who is Durga. Durga. What does Durga mean? Durga. Dukkena gatum shakkate iti Durgaha. This Durga is the one is like a boat. Naurasanga. And in the last chapter, we actually also invoked the same concept about the beautiful mother. She is the Medhasi Devi, Viditakhila Shastrasara, Durgasi Durga Bhavasagar Naurasanga, Sri Kaita Bhari Hridayaika Kritadhivasa, Gauri Tvameva Shashimauli Krita Pratishta, Durgayai, Durgaparayai, Durgayai, she is the Durga, that is the impassible Durga, And this Durga is Durga Parayai, takes across the impassable and the impossible also. Durga, Durga Para, Sarayai, she is the essence. Sarvakarinyai, the cause of everything. Khyatiyai, Khyati is this aspect about. Khyati means the one who has discrimination, the awareness of discrimination from the real and the unreal. Khyatiyai, Tatha Eva Krishnayai. Krishna is this beautiful complexion associated with this mother. Krishna is the word used not just for Krishna as a male. Krishna is a description of the complexion, the deep blue complexion that is neither black nor totally blue. It's in between that, which represents the infinity. Krishnayai, Dhumrayai. She also has the complexion of fog, dhumra, smoke, fog. How it would have complexion. What does this really mean? We'll get into that. Durgaयै Durgaparayai Sarayai Sarvakarinyai.
दुर्गायै दुर्गपारायै सारायै सर्वकारिण्यै दुर्गायै दुर्गपारायै सारायै सर्वकारिण्यै
ख्यात्यै तथैव कृष्णायै धूम्रायै सततन्नमः.
ख्यात्यै तथैव कृष्णायै धूम्रायै सततं नमः ख्यात्यै तथैव कृष्णायै धूम्रायै सततं नमः
दुर्गायै दुर्गपारायै तारायै सर्वकारिण्यै ख्यात्यै तथैव कृष्णायै धूम्रायै सततन्नमः.
दुर्गायै दुर्गपारायै सारायै सर्वकारिण्यै ख्यात्यै तथैव कृष्णायै धूम्रायै सततं नमः दुर्गायै दुर्गपारायै सारायै सर्वकारिण्यै ख्यात्यै तथैव कृष्णायै धूम्रायै सततं नमः
So, not particularly about Sri Vidya, but most of the people don't know how to pronounce Krishna. They say Krishna or they say Krishna, but it's actually Krishna. Kr, kr. R should be like Kr, Krishna. So this Krishna is the complexion associated with that deep blue, blackish sky, pretty much like a black hole. And she is also the complexion associated with a deep black ocean, and that represents infinity. As much as she is infinity, she is also completely foggy in nature. Completely foggy in nature. You understand what? Impossible to comprehend is what is the essence of that. Now, the next sloka is talking about the nature of the mother. Atisaumya, Atiraudri, Nataha, Tasyai Namo Namaha. Atisaumya, extremely gentle. Atiraudra, Raudri, extremely unbearable, fierceful. Ati Saumya, Ati Raudri, Natastasyai Namo Namaha. We are always, Nata means be aware of this mother's nature. Nata means over and over. We are offering our salutations to her. She is the ability to bear the entire objective material world in which everything is coming and going. Jagat Pratishthaye Namo Namaha. She is very much established in this Jagat, the place where all the objective world is coming and going. Not only that, she is Krityai. Kriti. Kriti means one that is made. She is the Sankalpa, the intent of the power of intent. Whose book is that? Power of Intention. Power of Intention is a book by Wayne Dwyer, I think. Yes. Power of Now is by Eckhart Tolle. Power of Intention is by Wayne Dwyer. So, this intent, the power of intent in the making of the universe and the sustenance of the universe. See how we are actually, how many job descriptions of the mother, and doing all of this through her most gentle and also the most fearful aspects. This mother is carrying on this Panchakritya Parayana, carrying out these five functions, and that is responsible for all of this. Ati Saumyati Raudrajai
अतिसौम्यातिरौद्रायै अतिसौम्यातिरौद्रायै
Natastasyai Namo Namaha.
नतास्तस्यै नमो नमः नतास्तस्यै नमो नमः
Namo Jagat Pratishthayai
नमो जगत्प्रतिष्ठायै नमो जगत्प्रतिष्ठायै
Devyai Krityai Namo Namaha.
देव्यै कृत्यै नमो नमः देव्यै कृत्यै नमो नमः
Ati Saumyati Raudrajai Natastasyai Namo Namaha. Namo Jagat Pratishthayai Devyai Krityai Namo Namaha.
अतिसौम्यातिरौद्रायै नतास्तस्यै नमो नमः नमो जगत्प्रतिष्ठायै देव्यै कृत्यै नमो नमः अतिसौम्यातिरौद्रायै नतास्तस्यै नमो नमः नमो जगत्प्रतिष्ठायै देव्यै कृत्यै नमो नमः
Ya Devi, that Devi from here on starts all the expansion of the five duties or functions that we talked about, perceptual manifestation of all of those is described as 24 aspects of the manifestation of the Divine Mother. The 24 being the Vishnumaya, Chaitana, Buddhi, Nidra, Kshuddha, Chaya, Shakti, Trishna, Shanti, Jati, that is 10, Lajja, Shanti, Shraddha, Kanti, Lakshmi, Vritti, Smriti, Daya, Tushti, Matru, Bhranti, then Chiti. 22. This beautiful Aparajita Stotram, there is nothing that has been left out of. It's a beautiful exercise to actually go through these. And then I was describing in Mahanyasam class, which probably most of you are not part of, or some of you are part of the same. When you understand all these things, last week in the Mahanyasam class, I was explaining about Vyakta Vyakta Gune Taram Sumilam Shatrim Shatatvatmakam Tasmaduttaratat. That Dhyana slokam that we have done for Ishana, the fifth phase of Panchamukheshwara, the five faces of Panchamukheshwara, the five aspects of the mother, both are one and the same. Shiva, Shiva, same. There is no difference between the context of Shiva and Shiva. In fact, to see them differently is the utmost sin one commits. I am telling you very clearly. To differentiate between Vishnu and Shiva is as much a sin as differentiating between Shiva and Shakti as well. You don't differentiate. There is nothing one that is greater than the other. These aspects about the mother's expansion in sustaining this universe through all these, what are the common things that we say? Ya Devi Sarva Bhuta Eshu. Then we say Rupena Samstita. Then we say Namastasyai Namo Namaha. Now, if you actually go back and look at this, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu, then usually there is a, with the first exception of the first mantra where it is Shabdita, not Rupena, then there is the either there is Shabda or Rupa, word or its ability to be perceived as a vibration. Why Vishnu Maya is not given as Rupa? Huh? Like rest of them you will see Lajja Rupena, Shanti Rupena, Kanti Rupena. Rupa means form. Only Vishnu Maya is now referred to as Shabdita, not Rupena. या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विष्णुमायेति शब्दिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विष्णुमायेति शब्दिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विष्णुमायेति शब्दिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विष्णुमायेति शब्दिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः.
Now this mantra, the very first mantra, is talking about this mother who is present, Ya Devi, the Devi representing that which is the effulgence, Sarva Bhuteshu, in all the beings as Vishnu Maya iti Shabdita. Shabda not, doesn't not necessarily mean sound. Shabda meaning vibration. Present as the vibration of Vishnu Maya. And lot of people were when are chanting, they say Sarva Bhuteshu. No, Bhuteshu. There is no shoe or chapel or anything like that. It is not. You should not do their gum as shoe. No shoe. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu. Vishnu Mayeti Shabdita. Don't give Dirgham on shoe. This mother is the vibration of Vishnu Maya that is present in all the beings. What is now there are so many different types of Mayas. There is Maya itself, there is Vishnu Maya, there is Yoga Maya, there is Mahamaya. Why specifically she is referred to as Vishnu Maya? Yes, I'm not going to answer that here. We'll take it up after the class. For those who are keen on going deeper into the concepts. Now, this mother's presence as the Maya, that is expansive consciousness, which is present in all the beings, which is not perceivable, therefore it is a vibration, that is a shabdita, not rupena. The next one also, there is no rupa for the next one. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu chetana iti abhidhiyate. Chetana iti abhidhiyate. Chetana means the ability of perception. Chetana is fundamentally the awareness or the intelligence associated with knowledge of knowing something. This abhidhiyate actually meaning that that which is that chetana, that awareness, which is perceivable beyond the intellect, chetana, chetana iti abhidhiyate, chetanetyabhidhiyate. So this Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu चेतनेत्यभिधीयते नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु चेतनेत्यभिधीयते नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु चेतनेत्यभिधीयते नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु चेतनेत्यभिधीयते नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु चेतनेत्यभिधीयते नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
Next one is Buddhi. Buddhi meaning intelligence. That Devi who is. Now, why specifically Devi Shabda is used is because all these things that we are talking about are illumined by her presence. Without that Devi in all the beings, all these functionalities, whether the Maya, the Vishnu Maya, the Chetana, Buddhi, all these things are not shining. She is the illuminous one in which all these aspects are shining in all the beings, and to that mother we offer our salutations. And the other thing I want to say very clearly to mostly to Telugu people, do not say Namo Namaha. Namo Namaha should be avoided. There is nothing called Namo Namaha. Namo Namaha. There is no emphasis on the Na. Namo Namaha. That is created by Maya Bazar's movie. And after that, everybody started saying Namo Namaha, Namo Namaha. They think that it is more adoration. It's actually Namo Namaha means I am not saluting to you, because you're introducing the na in front of namaha, which is negation of what you are offering. So please don't say shu and then namo namaha. These should be avoided because the meter has to be perfect. Okay, let's get back to the chanting of the next one. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Buddhi Rupena Samsthita Namastasyai Namo Namaha.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः।
Now here it is Buddhi Rupena, in the form of Buddhi. Before that there was no form. Chetanethyabhidhiyate. And before that there is Vishnu Mayeti Shabdita. Now, once you come into this Rupa, that means Buddhi is a perceivable aspect, or that is actually relatable, perceivable object within you. Mano, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara, all these things are perceivable aspects within us. And Buddhi means intelligence. What is the definition of intelligence? Hmm? What is that intelligence in all the beings? The intelligence is about knowing what is real from what is unreal. That is the function of Buddhi. But what we are using it, Buddhi, we think that intelligence, that only we use intelligence to select what is beneficial for us and all the time only beneficial for us, not for anyone else. Huh? The intellects are the most selfish people. They use their intelligence for their own benefit. That's why they are Buddhus. But this Buddhi is really about knowing, discriminating between the real and unreal, paying attention only to the real in the unreal. That's a lot said there. Paying attention to the real in the unreal. How do we do that? That is subject to study circle. Let's move on to the next one. Very important one. Most of the Rudras are in Nidra. Hmm? What is Nidra? Nidra. See, we can very simply read these English meanings and just be happy with our own ignorance about Nidra means sleep. Nidra actually, the sleep aspect of it, which we are all can relate to, Nidra Rupena Samstita, Samadhi is Nidra. That state of the mind which is still and not moving, that is actual Nidra, not the snoring Nidra. Snoring Nidra causes only disturbance for others. Samadhi is actually in which the mind is completely still, and that is the mother who is present within us as stillness of the mind. Buddhi, now we are coming to the mind. Just pay attention to the beautiful, it's like a beautiful consciousness picture, how it is manifested from the supreme aspect of the Vishnu Maya to the Chaitanya, from Chaitanya to the Buddhi, from the Buddhi next to the mind, the stable mind, and you can actually go through this. या देवी सर्वभूतेषु निद्रारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु निद्रारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु निद्रारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु निद्रारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः।
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु. Now this we can also relate to Kshudha Rupena Samstita. There is very beautiful. This is Shyamala Navaratri, first day of the Navaratris, and that too on a Sunday, extremely auspicious. Mother, out of her immense grace, has blessed us to start learning this Aparajita Stotram, and also during the time of Syamalashtami, which is the coming Saturday on the Ashtami, Syamalashtami, we are going to do the Devi Mahatyam Parayana. And these kind of opportunities are never planned or timed. It's 100% the grace of the mother, because you have the kshuddha for her. You are hungry for her love. When you are hungry for her love, not hunger as in पेट का समाचार नहीं है. This is not about the stomach hunger. Yearning. Yearning is what it is. It's that mind which yearns for something. Hmm? That in the physical context is the hunger which gives you the peace of mind to physically satisfy the hunger. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Kshuddha Rupena Samsthita Namastasyai Namo Namaha.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षुधारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षुधारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षुधारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Chaya Rupena Samsthita Namastasyai Namo Namaha. Obviously, the word Chaya, we interpret that as Chaya is interpreted in English as
Shadow. Shadow.
shadow. Ah. But Chaya actually doesn't mean that
Sorry.
in. uh, Somebody wants to say something. Okay. The Chaya here refers to the reflection, that which is the reflection. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu, who in whom she is present as her reflection. This is both so beautiful, crystal clear now. Who are all we? The reflections of the mother, the reflections of the divinity. Mamaivam jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana. This entire Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Aparajita Stotram is equivalent to the Vibhuti Yoga in Bhagavad Gita. How Mamaiva Amsho Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha, the eternal one that is present in all the beings, the reflection of the divine is present in each of us, which is the very much the chaya we are interpreting as shadow is incorrect. Chaya is pratibimba, which is the reflection. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Chaya Rupena Samsthita Namastasyai Namo Namaha.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु छायारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु छायारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु छायारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
And the other one that is perceivable as the form, as the Shakti. Shakti means the ability to perform a function, and that ability, the Shakti within us, uh, when that infinite Shakti gets finitized, it becomes Vyakti. That Shakti is manifest as Vyakti, as in an individual. And that Shakti in a Vyakti, when it is turned towards passion, it is called Rakti. And that Rakti, the passion, if it is pursued for worldly pleasure, it is Bhukti. However, if it is turned towards divine, it is Bhakti. Bhakti, Bhukti. Towards the world is Bhukti. Towards God is Bhakti. When Bhakti matures, it becomes Mukti, liberation. Shakti, Vyakti, Bhakti, Mukti. This Shakti, therefore, the power to pursue something, is the mother herself. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shaktirupena Samsthita Namastasya Namo Namaha.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
Then there is a Trushna. Trushna. Trushna actually what is translated, I'm sure, as thirst. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is because these translations are based on Sanskrit English dictionary. So then what happens is we look at the word in the dictionary and we write it here. Dictionary words are good, they're pointers, but Trushna, Trishna, uh, Krishna, Trishna. Krishna is the deep one, the ghana aspect of it. Trishna is the quest. It is quest, spirit of quest. And that quest becomes query. The query, when turned towards external world, is enquiry. That which is turned towards knowing yourself is inquiry. This ability to have the quest is the spirit of harmony and the spirit of conquest. Have you heard the word conquest? Conquest of Alexander the king. That conquest is to conquer the whole world. That is also quest. You are actually so deeply parched to know about yourself, and that is Trishna. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Trishna Rupena Samsthita Namastasyai Namo Namaha.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु तृष्णारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु तृष्णारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु तृष्णारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samstita. Shanti. Shanti is the ability to forbear. When you are on a quest, you cannot simply pursue it for a few days like our Devi mahatyam attenders. They'll come very enthusiastically, join the class, and after 3 classes, they give up. Then it is not a quest, it is just a curiosity. Me too have to chant some mantras and shlokas. This is curiosity. Curiosity, when it is turned deep within with 100% focus and attention with the Shraddha, then it becomes manifests into forbearance. No matter what, I am not going to give up this quest to know myself. For that you require saburi, patience. Saburi is Shraddha, saburi is Bhagavan's beautiful principles to follow. Saburi is, I think saburi is a Marathi word, right? Yes? Saburi is Marathi? Swati Iyer?
Yes.
Yes. What does it actually mean, saburi?
Patience.
Ah, forbearance. Is it forbearance or patience? Patience is temporary. Forbearance is much more deeper than patience. So
Mm.
I'm sure the word saburi in Marathi has much more deeper meaning than patience because our awareness of these words has degenerated so much that we only perceive these things at a very superficial level. Shanti rupena. This is a, it is written here as a for, forgiveness. Forgiveness is not Shanti. Shanti is actually forbearance. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsthita Namastasyai Namo Namaha.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः।
Now, in the context of the next one, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Jati Rupena Samstita. What is Jati? Jati is, let me see, in the form of a genus. Yeah, actually, Jati is, I think, is species, not genus level. Because if it is genus level, okay, what is Jati?
Genus.
No, no, it's not genus. That's what I said. It's written as genus. Genus is, it's in the form of Jati is species. Ever seen was botany? Genus species. Yes. Jati Rupena. Here you have to understand
Jati.
how is that determined? How is that determined?
DNA.
Oh, really? Okay. Good answer. Anybody else? So the name, yes, somebody wants to say something. Is there any botanist here on the call? Studied systemic botany or systemic zoology? No? Oh my God. So that's a dead science nowadays. Nobody wants to know how to classify things. And in our in when we were studying systemic botany is or systemic zoology was a science in itself, where people will go into forests, look at an insect or look at a plant, and they will create these herbariums. Huh? We used to do the herbariums when we were studying botany, when we were in, you know, BSc and MSc levels. We used to collect the leaves, go into the forest, put them in between the books, and then try to now write all their characteristics and everything. And then based on those characteristics, trifoliate, bifoliate, pentafoliate, with medium vein this long, with subveins like this. And nobody studied science like this. Not anymore. Everybody wants to do stupid computer science only. Nobody wants to actually study the mother nature. This is study of the mother nature. And in the study of the mother nature, you will actually understand how these species are functioning, and that classification happened based upon their lakshanas. That means the context of jati, guna, kriya, sambandha, riddhi. Jati, guna, kriya, sambandha, riddhi. This is how classification has occurred. So, what is based on guna? Based on guna, the attributes, the humans are classified into four: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And that is classification based on guna, classification based on relationship, classification based on their functions, classification based on convention, classification that is based on lineage. All this aspect about jati is that mother who manifests in all beings that have similarity in their functions, either by convention, by guna, by kriya, the functionality, and sambandha, relationship, all those phenotypic manifestation. It is too much of scientific word. Now my granddaughter will ask me, Tata, talk in English. What are you talking? Phenotypic classification, not by genotype, but also by phenotype. And that phenotypic classification, that mother which gives consistency of phenotype so that you can actually understand and also classify them, to that mother salutations. You understand? If all the human beings don't have certain features of manifestation, two eyes, etc., etc., we all have that commonality. Who is giving that commonality? Who is giving that phenotypic commonality, so that we all understand that these are grouped by these functionalities? That is the mother, represented not as genotype but as phenotype. That's why when somebody said DNA, DNA is one type of classification, but DNA doesn't enable classification. It is the phenotype that enables the classification in context of genotype. So, Ya Devi Sar, that's too much of science class today. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Jati Rupena Samsthita Namastasyai Namo Namaha.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु जातिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु जातिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु जातिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः।
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Lajja Rupena Samstita. Lajja is most commonly translated as modesty. Modesty is not what lajja is. Again, Sanskrit English dictionary meaning is modesty. Lajja is basically the ability to refrain from committing adharma. Adharma, refrain from adharma is lajja. Refrain from adharma at the highest level appears as modesty, as humility. You understand this? Every aspect about knowing what is dharma, which is what is dharmic in nature, makes you refrain from committing anything that is hasty. So you are introspecting to see whether this is the right thing to do at the right time. Lajjarupena samstita. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu लज्जारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लज्जारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लज्जारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लज्जारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः.
So now you see these meanings of these words, lajja and the previous one, jati. All these meanings in deeper awareness are very different from our colloquial understanding of what these words mean. And then the next one is about Shanti. And most commonly, we all know this word Shanti means peace. But what is peace? Hello. Anybody has a take on what is peace? Everybody
Peace from
wants it.
inside and
You know, everybody wants it, but they don't know what they want. Chalo yaar
Freedom.
deta.
Freedom
Eh,
from what?
no, 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 no. Shanti is not freedom. Shanti is freedom is swecha, swa icha. Freedom is that. What is peace? What is Shanti?
There is no
Inner
conflict.
harmony of the inner and the outer elements.
Who is talking?
It is
Tranquility.
Amma Sairam, I don't allow black boxes to
inner
talk.
harmony. It is.
There is no inner harmony, outer harmony. There is only one thing called harmony. And so please understand this. Peace is concordance of what is inside
Yeah,
with what is outside.
outside.
Discordance is Ashanti. Concordance is Shanti. So, how do we understand this then? When you truly know what you have inside is what is manifest as outside, then you are in perfect balance of equilibrium. That state of concordance or harmony is what is peace. How do we understand this? What is the what is the inner deeper level of what Shanti is? Excuse me. So, what is it that is within us and how is it related to outside? This is a homework exercise. Write down everything that you know about yourself and look for what is it outside. I think people stop doing any more homeworks because Sairam. Shanti, concordance, when we say, first we need to know what is it when we say inner harmony or outer harmony. There is only one thing harmony. It is the harmony of inside with outside. Okay. There is also harmony of inside itself, which is what we call as integrity of thought, word, and deed. That is inner harmony. That is what we mean. But that inner harmony, thought, word, and deed manifests only in the context of outer world. If there is no outer world, what do you have to think about? If there is no outer world, what do you have to speak about? If there is no outer world, what is it that you have to do about? Everything that you think and you speak and you do is in the context of outer world only. And that aspect about concordance of inside with outside is oneness, the peace. Discordance is also called peace, but it is spelled differently. English is a very funny language. That peace is PIECE, discordance. This peace is PEACE. Everything outside as pieces, everything inside and outside together perceived as one piece is peace. Ayyo. One piece. Everything inside, outside, as one piece is peace. Okay, which is what peace? Now, let's finish this and let's all be peaceful after this. I'm 1 minute over already. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsthita Namastasyai Namo Namaha.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः.
So today, as we contemplate on this beautiful Aparajita Stotram, some Smaryan, they remembered this Devi as Aparajita. What we have to reflect upon is, why is this manifestation of this mother described in so many ways? Why is this called Aparajita Stotram? Aparajita means invincible, invictus. Why is this stotram called Aparajita Stotram? How does this make us invincible? Huh. And then what is the point of referring to in this stotram relating to, yeah, that Devi, the luminous one, that is manifest as in all the beings as all these things? And therefore you say Namastasyai Namo Namaha. What is Namaha Tasyai Namo Namaha? What is the meaning of the word Namaste? I'm asking all these questions so that you don't listen to this as some Purana Pravachanam by Chaganti Kotesrao Garu and go home and you listen to this and nothing sticks. Nothing will stick if you don't actually reflect on this and focus upon the jnana, the awareness aspect of it. Three questions I asked. Why is this stotra called invincible? What makes this stotra invincible about us? How does this stotra is not about some Devi that is present somewhere else. What is this stotra is saying? This stotra is saying that this Devi is present in all the beings. In all the beings, in all these different ways. And therefore you are saying Namastasyai Namo Namaha. And why it is used as three times? Namaha, Tasyai, Namo, Namaha. Right? So if you take out the Tasyai, Namaha, Namaha, Namaha. Three times it is repeated. Three times repeated as Namaha. And what is it? What is common across all those? Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Rupena Samsthita or Shabdita Abhidhiyate. So those are the three parameters that are changing. Shabdita Abhidhiyate, Abhidhiyate, Rupena Samsthita. And I explained the meaning of all these things. Are all of you are with me, or am I talking to myself? Huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We did not spend so much time on this Aparajita Stotram last time because everybody wants to chant but not get enchanted. When you actually go into the deeper aspects about knowing this, when you chant these mantras, you get enchanted, not just chanted. This enchantment, now you go deeper into this. Why three times of Namaha? Why the common features are Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu, Rupena Samstita. And why is this called invincible stotram? Stotram means not praise. Stotram means not hymn. Stotram means stuti, means that which you do in deep awareness of that, in complete awareness of that. not simply even understanding of that, or not just bookish knowledge about that, not just understanding the meaning from a Sanskrit English dictionary aspect of that. Everything has to be gone deeper into this inquiry, and then you will see the beauty of this stotram, that this stotram is one of the most powerful stotram ever extolled, and this is equivalent to the Vibhuti Yoga in Bhagavad Gita. Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti is a very specific word. Vibhuti actually doesn't mean what we perceive as ash that Bhagavan materializes or take smear on your head. Everything that is manifest in this world is Vibhuti of the divine. Everything that is manifest in the world with a name, form, and function and beyond, that represent the 36 principles. Shatrimshatattvatmakam. In this Shatrimshatattvatmakam, 22 are manifest aspects of it. And I went through that in Mahanyasam class last time. Yes, Mahanyasam class. Please go refer to that. 36 principles of the divine, Shatrimsa Tattva. Of the Shatrimsa Tattva, there are those that are imperceivable. You cannot even conceive, forget perception. There are those that could be understood as concept, but cannot actually bring into percept. And there are 22 that are perceptible but actually not real, and that is vibhuti. And these 22 aspects that yadevi sarvabhuteshu that we are going through these shlokas represents the vibhuti yoga of the parabrahma. And that vibhuti yoga is the most beautiful aspect about getting into deeper awareness of now connecting to the subject in the object. Object is vibhuti, that which is present but not as the object but manifests is the subject, and that subject is Ya Devi. Okay, let us stop here. We're 8 minutes over, and let's do Kshama Prarthana. And on on Saturday 28th, on Syamalashtamī, we'll have Devi Mahatmya Parayana. Please look at the slots and sign up what you are comfortable with. I believe only few slots are left. Guzel, are you going to be there?
I'll be there, but I haven't got the link. Sairam, secretary.
Oh, Sairam, I think I sent the link only to those
Yes,
that
yes. He told
signed
last
up for
time.
the yajna.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
What should I do now? Okay, so I will send it to the Veda study class also. I was waiting for all the Ritviks to sign up, but they are all blissed out. Okay. यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मज दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेण मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Okay, let's look at a few questions and post it in the chat, and then Okay, Sudhakar is writing in chapter 2, Shloka 5 onwards. Mahishasura takes over the portfolio of Surya, Agni, etc. It now appears Shumbha and Nishumbha seem to repeat the same actions. So it seems these demonic forces are constantly prowling around and trying to take over the worlds, which requires constant vigilance and repeated appeals to Devi. How can one understand and relate to this seemingly futility? Or does it mean we immerse ourselves in her light and remain always protected? Is this understanding correct? Sir, here is the thing, sir. This story keeps repeating at various levels. We have to understand this first of all. In this Devi Mahatyam, how this story repeats at various levels is very interesting phenomenon to watch itself. When you look at the first aspect of Madhu Kaitabha, the origin of the Madhu Kaitabha is associated with the impurities or malina of the mind. Madhu and Kaitabha are the impurities associated with the mind. And those impurities take over the sattvic mind, which is the Brahma. I think I explained that, right? So the Madhu Kaitabha, Madhu is 100% tamas is Madhu, and 100% active is Kaitabha, 100% sattvic is Brahma. The Rajasic aspect associated with the Tamasic aspects tries to attack the Sattvic aspects, which is closest to the divine consciousness. Yes? So, therefore, that is something you have to watch. There is tamasic rajasicness. What I don't know how to explain that in English. There is a um, ignorance associated with the activeness. There are stupid people that are overactive. They are the most people to have to watch out. Huh? And when I I give this diagram. If you look at the very active, lazy, very intelligent, and very stupid, do the exercise. Huh? Four quadrants you will get: extremely active and intelligent people, extremely active and stupid people, lazy, intelligent people, lazy, stupid people. Four quadrants. Huh? Do the exercise. It's very, very beautiful exercise. I used to do this for people review. I used to say, okay, you fall into this category. Who you have to watch out is extremely active, stupid people are very dangerous. They're not, what they do is they put lot of messages on WhatsApp. They don't even read the message. They simply forward all the garbage. That means what they're doing, they're wasting time of thousands of people. Those people have to be cut off. Get out of the group as quickly as possible, or put those messages on mute. Now, what we are talking in the context of Mahishasura is the overactive, extremely passionate Rajoguna that is a conquest without any harmony of thought, word, and deed. That also example of that was our past president of United States, whose name I don't want to utter. So, therefore, you have to actually pay attention to that. This is happening within us at even more subtler, deeper level. Even more subtler, deeper level. There are fundamentally two things that are working on being in awareness: the I, the ego, false identification with the ego, and all the mine associated with that falsely identified ego. That is what we are studying in. This is a much more deeper level of becoming aware of it. Now, you ask the question, how do we avoid this? You can't avoid this. Hello, unfortunately, you cannot avoid this. What can you do? The Sudhakar garu.
Again, be vigilant, I would say.
Be vigilant. That's all. And that vigilance is yajna. That vigilance is four letters. B-A-B-A. That vigilance is 4 letters. Be alert, be aware, be alert, be aware. Baba is not some Baba that we think as 5 foot 3 inch afro haired Indian dude wearing an orange robe. This give the reins to this Baba. He which gives you awareness, alertness. First of all, you will know once now that you studied these characters at such a deep level. When that character pops in you, you immediately get alerted. Oh my God, Mahishasura is awake in me. Oh my God, Kaitaba is awake in me. Oh my God, this guy is now you see, you can actually see the character. That is the beauty of a Ramayana. That is the beauty of Mahabharata. That is the beauty of Devi Bhagavatam. This story never stops. Pura Shumbha Nishubha, no. Right now that story is happening. And it will happen. It will continue to happen. Why it will continue to happen? Because you have body, you have a mind, and the senses. Their job responsibility is to completely distract you from your own awareness. But their job responsibility, you can actually turn. Bhagavan says very beautifully, if your heart is the lock and your mind is the key, you turn towards anti-clockwise, it locks. Turn right side, it opens. Taking the mind, turn left, you are locked. Turn right, you are unlocked. Turn the mind the right way towards the God, unlocked. Turn it the other way around, locked. The other way is left means world, right means God. And the beautiful, how beautiful that, how simple it is. Okay,
Thank you.
Sairama,
Thank you, sir.
is it making any sense or I'm talking to myself? Is Nidra also the Turiya state? No, Turiya, there is nothing called a Turiya state. Okay, let's be very clear about this. It is called Turiya to distinguish between other three, but there is not, it's not a fourth state. Okay, you understand? Turiya in Sanskritam, Turiya means fourth. What are the first three? You have to know, right? What are the first three? Swati, who asked this question? Swati, okay.
Being
Uh,
awake,
Awake,
a dream state, deep
dream,
sleep,
dream,
deep
and
sleep,
deep sleep.
and then the
So,
Sakshi Bhava of all the three.
yeah, so the witness of all the three is not the fourth state. It is present through the three, right?
So Nidra can be like then all the four states. I mean, not
Nidra,
four states, like in all the.
Nidra is the place where the mind is resting, right? It is not resting in the other two states. In the first state of Jagrat, it is 100% identified with the senses. Therefore, it is only operating with the senses.
Right.
In the dream state, what happens is the senses are shut down or partially shut down or 80% shut down. The mind is shut down in the dream state only 50% because it is still projecting. Hmm?
Hmm.
It is very interesting actually if you when you are in this state of dream state where you are neither fully awake nor you are fully asleep and a dream is happening, you will notice that when you are trying to speak, you feel that you don't have clarity of speech. It will all be blurred. I've experimented this with myself. And then you suddenly wonder, how is it I'm not able to speak? Because your senses are shut down and the mind wants to operate with the senses who have all the apps have gone to rest. But still the operating system is working. The apps are in rest. And now in deep sleep, the mind is 100% in rest. There's absolutely no functionality of the mind. Therefore, you wouldn't even know anything. A cobra could be hanging on your head in deep state, and you will be in deep sleep and you wouldn't even know. Why you wouldn't know? because there is no mind. But is that state associated with only for us, for all of us, the mortals, it is associated with sleep. However, you can completely shut down your mind, completely shut down your senses, and still be in awareness. That's what in Gita, Bhagavan talks in the Jnana Yoga about that Nidra.
Mm.
Okay. So, Nidra doesn't actually mean what we understand as the deep sleep. Nidra also means a higher awakening associated where the senses, the body, and the mind are still in a shutdown state. That is what is. That's not necessarily Turiya.
Okay.
It's close to that state where it is the one state, but it is not, because there is still the seed. In that there is still the seed of I that is left.
Mm.
The I and the mind are still in the seed form. Then they remanifest themselves in the awakened and the dream state. Okay, sorry, there's too much of a hurt. Is your head hurting?
No, it's very interesting always, this deep sleep and dream state.
You have to study them. It is no different. What
Hmm.
we think as a dream is no different than what is the awakened state. It's 100% identical. But then there are deeper questions about that. Then we say, how come my awakened state is the same as your awakened state right now in this class? However, your dream state is not my dream state.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get into that at some point. That is it's a very deeper question. But in fact, they are one and the same, because in the dream state, everybody in your dream
Hmm.
are projected. You are giving sentience to them. All those are insentient. Even in the awakened state, all the things that are happening around you, you are giving sentience to them. You meaning not you as the individual, your consciousness is actually giving that. Okay. All
Okay.
right. Okay. Ram. Okay. Okay. Yes. I thank you for reminding, Swati. So Swami's quote, that was a Swami's quote. Shakti, when individualized, becomes Vyakti. Vyakti, when has passion, that is Rakti. Rakti, turned towards the world, is Bhukti. Rakti, turned towards God, is Bhakti. When Bhakti matures into discrimination, it is Virakti, it becomes dispassionate. Virakti leads to Mukti. This very beautiful, this beautiful chart.
Right.
Swami is the essence of all these beautiful words. For those of you who don't know, if you're only hearing kti, 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 like that, Vyakti is Shakti is power, Vyakti is individual, Rakti is passion, passion towards earning livelihood is Bhukti, passion towards God's love is Bhakti, love for God is Bhakti, love for individual pursuit is Bhukti. The love for God matures into dispassion. The passionate mind now turns into dispassionate mind. That is Virakti. Virakti, when it reaches the higher state, becomes liberated, and that is Mukti. Yes, I forgot Virakti.
Virakti.
Yes, yes. Okay, next. Is this Advaita? I don't know what this. What Ram? What are you asking? What is Advaita? Are we talking anything Advaita here?
No, when you said Shanti,
Oh, is Shanti Advaita? No, no, Shanti is not Advaita, sir. Sir, Shanti, Satya, Dharma, Prema, these are nothing to do with any Dvaita or Advaita. They are fundamental states of the total human being. Okay? So, we are not talking about knowing oneness or realizing oneness. What we are talking about is harmony of what you perceive inside. Everything is a reaction, reflection, and resound. Swami's quote, 3 R's. Not the 3 R's as movie, huh? Not the triple R movie. I am talking about reaction, reflection, resound as the three R's. Not the triple R movie. Okay, so reaction, reflection, resound is actually projection of the mind. And therefore, peace is about harmony of what you see outside with what you see inside. For example, we talked about this namaste thing several times. Namaste is a beautiful gesture because it is about talking about synchrony or harmony of unity of what is inside, what is outside. Bring together is namaste. 5 plus 5 is equal to 1, not 10. So this 5 as the prapancha, 5 is the prapancha, and this prapancha, prapancha, pancha is 5, pra means manifestation of the 5, but actually it's manifestation of 8, Ashtamurti Tattva. But the 5 are the core of manifestation, and those 5 are, you all know what the 5 are, right? The 5 as in the 5 elements of the nature. Yes, yes. And Swami in Prashnottara Vahini has very beautifully described all the aspects of all different, the Karana Sarira and the Sukshma Sarira, the Sthula Sarira, they have different names, Tejasa and all those things. But let's put the technical terms aside. Very simply put, if you go back and read Prashnottara Vahini, he describes what is the earth element within us, what is the water element within us, what is the fire element within you, as you know, as the body, and what is the wind element in you, what is the space element in you. Huh? And when you know that, you will have 100% understanding of what is synchronicity of what is inside and outside. Let me do very quickly because a lot of people missed this during Rudrajnana Yajna. We went through all of this. Most of it is. So, the earth element within it is the skin, the bone, the cartilage, the hair. All this is the earth element. Our saliva, our blood, fluids in the body is the water element. Our ability to feel hunger, thirst, sex, passion, all this is the fire element. Our perverted, fickle mindedness associated with the thought due to fear, insecurity, all these things that really disturb the mind is the wind. Our ability to store, recollect, recap, all of that stuff is the sky element, the space element. And all those functionalities are repeated 100%. What are the properties of the earth? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha are the properties of the earth. And then when you go into all these more subtler aspect, one attribute associated with each element is lost. Therefore, when it comes to sky, you are left with only one attribute, space. Space has only one attribute, and that attribute is vibration, sound, shabda. And when it comes to earth, all the 5 attributes are there. So when you do the exercise, you will actually know where you get these attributes from, this beautiful 5 elements that are within us and how they are concordant with what is outside. Prithvi Shanta, अग्निना शान्ता सामे शान्ता शुचगुं शमयतु अन्तरिक्षगुं शान्तं तद्वायुना शान्तं तन्मे शान्तगुं शुचगुं शमयतु जौ शान्ता सादित्येन शान्ता सामे शान्ता. All that mantra, Shanti mantra, it is described how many different types of Shantis are there, not Shanta as a Shanta Gaddam. Shantas, all the Shantis are there within all these different aspects about us and outside. That is the real peace. This is nothing to do with Advaita, okay? Ram, it is not Advaita. Okay, Sai Ram.
Thank you.
Next question. One more question, we'll close. Kshudha and Trushna appear to be the same. One is yearning and the other is quest. Both mean same to me. I'm trying to understand the difference. Okay, so Kshudha. means you are hungry for something. Huh? That means in the context of appeasing that hunger, it's a more temporally limited time. And once you pursue it, you are appeased of it. That is Shuddha. Shuddha is, I also said forbearance, right? Didn't I say Shuddha is forbearance?
Yearning.
Oh, yearning. But
Learning.
what is it? Shanti is forbearance. Shuddha is yearning, not E-A or I-N-I-G. It's
Y-E. Y.
Y-E-A-R. Okay. I just want to be careful because most of the time we're only concerned about yearning, not yearning. Okay. So, and the context of conquest or quest is much more deeper than Shuddha. You're passionate to do something that is Shuddha, and you're restless until you accomplish that, right? Whereas quest and inquiry is not the Trishna. Trishna is not restlessness. Trishna is more deeper than that. Okay. Is that making sense? Is a
Not really, Anna, but we can take it later.
okay. Is sukha and peace related? Sukha leads to peace. Yes. Things being in a place, sukha. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu, I was explaining now. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. It's not that there are many. See, the loka, lokyati iti lokaha. That which you see is loka. Okay. Alokaye Balakrishnam. So, this loka, when you see something in the context of a thought, it could be any object in space, yes. Sukha is happiness, yes. That is happiness associated with peace, yes. Now you can think about that way too. Shanti as Sukha, yes, same question. Characteristics and difference between Maya, Mahamaya, Yogamaya, Vishnu Homework. This is homework.
But he
What
said you will let us know after the class.
you already know what we are all thinking Maya as the delusion. Maya does not actually mean only delusion. It can be illusion or delusion, that which appears to be real but not real. However, what is Maya is individualized. Mahamaya is at cosmic level. Yoga Maya is the unity of that with your own self. Vishnu Maya is that which has expanded beyond you to the entire universe. Okay. Now you can go back and think about those words and what it means. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, we'll have the um, Mahanyasam class tomorrow. Jai Sai Ram. Tomorrow meaning today for
Today.
Californians. Yeah. Or Americans. I'm operating in different time zones. Okay.
So it's at 5:30, brother, right?
Yes, yes. The Mahanyasam class is at 5:30 California time
And the same link we'll use.
in the evening and 8:30 for the yes. The same link meaning not this link but the
No,
link.
2 to 5 link. That
Yes,
2 o'clock link.
yes, 2 o'clock.
Oh, thank you
Yes.
so much. Did you change the timings? I was not aware.
Ah man, I didn't. Did I not send an
No,
announcement?
you said it in the class towards the end.
We didn't get that change.
Okay, I'm not operating with my mind and senses anymore. So, do I have to send a email to everyone? Okay, I'll send an email right now to everyone. Okay, Sairam.
Thank you so much.
Shanti, Shanti,
Shanti,
Shanti,
Shanti, Shanti,
Shanti.
Shanti, Shanti. Don't say like that. Connect to the Shanti. Then there is no peace. You say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti is no peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shakti. Jai Bol Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki.
Jai.
Sai Ram.
Sai